So, funny story. I can laugh about it now. Now, the bigger thing these days that we are experiencing at shop level here, and hearing stories from people, especially in the Oakville area here, is vehicle theft. So I know there are certain models and brands that are higher in the theft rating that automatically constitutes a higher rate. Can you help us with giving us some examples of that? Or?
Absolutely, yeah. Our brokerage works with about 24 different insurance companies. Most of those that do auto insurance provide some form of a list of most stolen vehicles. Generally, what we're seeing on those lists are the brand new pickup trucks, so your Fords and your Dodges. Actually, not so much the Chevys, but we have seen them on the list on occasion. We see a lot of the Acuras, a lot of the Lexuses, the Toyotas, especially like the Highlander and the bigger SUVs that they make, as well as the pickup trucks. It is mostly the higher end SUVs and trucks. But, one thing I always stress is just because your vehicle's not on that list doesn't mean it's not at risk.
So, funny story, I can laugh about it now. I wasn't laughing so much in January. But on January 6th of this past year, we had a home invasion. So some individuals broke into our home at 2:30 in the morning on January the 6th, came in through the garage. They used a laptop to get into my, ironically, GMC, my 2022 GMC 1500, to open the door. We have the built-in remote on the truck. And of course, we have the lockout. I didn't even know that you have in the house the lockout button for your garage door. I do now, and we use it. But of course, I didn't have it locked down, and they got into the garage and then came into the garage door, man door into the kitchen, which of course didn't have a lock either, because I live in a rural area. So in the Grimsby area. So we live on a farm, and we've never had issues since we moved there in 2007. But we had the keys of our vehicles hanging by the front door, which is where we're supposed to keep them. According to the local police here, it's best because all they want is the keys. They don't want anything else. So the bizarre story is, bizarre part as far as I'm concerned, is my wallet was on the tray. My wife's purse was hanging beneath this section where the keys are, because it's all little key holders that we have. They took all of the key fobs for all of our vehicles, and they couldn't steal the Fiat, because my wife had parked her little convertible Fiat behind the Cadillac, which was in the garage. They couldn't move the Fiat because it was a standard. So I think we know what age group they were. They didn't know how to drive a standard, but they hopped into my truck. And of course, this has woken up our dog, and who then woke up my bride, who thought, well, the dog has to go outside. So she walked into the kitchen, and she says, Mike, I thought I was dreaming because I heard voices standing, on the other side of the door. And she says, I put the dog on the leash, and I opened up the door, and here's two guys in ski masks at the Cadillac trying to finagle it around, and they've crushed the whole front fender of the car against the concrete wall, trying to steal that car around the little convertible standard that they couldn't move. She, of course, shrieks and comes running down the hallway, and I wakes me up, and she's like, Mike, they've stolen your truck and they're trying to steal my Cadillac. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, just imagine being woken up from a dead sleep to hear this. So I go running out, and by this time they're gone. Like, she spooked them. There was a car waiting that had obviously dropped them off. I immediately call 911, and the police are on their way. Okay, terrific. Then I call OnStar, because the GM has the OnStar, which a lot of people don't know about, which is actually very helpful. Long story short, OnStar was able to track the vehicle, use one-way communication to say, we know you have stolen the vehicle.